Welcome to your weekly Seize the Day cruise show, powered by Travel with Brigitte. Now let's turn it over to our hosts, Carla Mesa and Julie Williams. Julie, what's the topic today?
And I'm Julie Williams, along with Travel with Brigitte cruise expert Carla Mesa on the Seize the Day cruise show. And today we're going to take a peek into the future of cruising. What kind of changes are in the works with technology advancing so rapidly? Carla, some of these seem extremely convenient. Let's start with the onshore power plug-in systems. Tell us about that.
Yeah, it's a really great new innovation that is being implemented, of course, on newer ships. And it's a way for the ship to actually plug itself in at port, which allows them to turn off engines completely once they're docked. And, that makes things a lot quieter. There's a lot less pollution in it. And more ports worldwide are upgrading to support it because it is a hand-in-hand thing. Both the cruise lines need to upgrade their ships and the ports need to be able to support it.
Right. They need to have chargers there, I guess.
Yeah.
We all think about, or at least I do, where is this water coming from? They seem to have unlimited water on the ship. And it's like, tell me it's not, wastewater. I'm just hesitant, right?
So there is a lot of advanced water treatment and desalination going on, and the most modern ships right now, they are able to treat their wastewater to almost near drinking purity. So that means that they're able to get these systems to not only turn seawater into fresh water on board, but now they're able to, again, near drinking purity, meaning you're not necessarily drinking it, but now they can clean with it. They can do laundry with it as well. And there are a lot of regulations that are really pushing all the cruise lines to upgrade to this because there is a lot of waste when it comes to cruising. We're all well aware of it. So anywhere we can, reduce, reuse, recycle, it's very, very beneficial.
Okay, so the water that we're drinking when they bring us a glass of water, that would be the desalinated water as opposed to, the other?
Right, and the desalinated water is turning the seawater into fresh water on board. So that's not necessarily wastewater at all.
I know. I mean, I'm sure the wastewater, if it's totally pure, can be fine, but something about me is repelled by that, right? Okay, Carla, what about AI-powered shift safety monitoring? What's the need for that?
Yes, so the AI is, we're seeing it everywhere, and it's very useful, so we're mainly seeing it, like you said, for safety monitoring on ships. So the AI, these systems, they can monitor the engines, keep an eye on them, making sure everything's running the way it's supposed to, and it flags whenever there's small issues. That way they don't turn into bigger issues. You can also use it for navigation, especially we're coming into the winter months, we're coming into some hurricane season. Sometimes routes have to change depending on the safety of the weather and what's going on different routes.
And now here's one that should be a lot of fun, and that is, and some people might have this a little bit. I'm not sure if it's actually out there, but it's coming if it's not out in some places. How about smart staterooms?
Yes, so that's a lot more of a fun piece. A lot of people already have their houses that are smart, or smart hotel rooms, where you can really personalize the feel of your stateroom, the ambiance, if you will, and where you can go on your app, and before you even step in, you can make sure, the curtains are either open or closed to your liking. You can make sure if your lights are on already, if it's the end of the night and you want to make sure everything's already ready to go and you just walk in and sleep on your bed. You can even make sure that the temperature is right before you enter your room. If it's been a chilly night and you want to make sure you get into your bed with the heater on, or vice versa, you've been out all day, you're sunburned, and you need to make sure that you're going into a cool room. It's all being implemented right now with all these new updates that these ships are going through. this is definitely a new trend you're going to continue to see.
And the next one that I think about, and this is like a big part of my life in general, is wearable technology. And I love it on Princess as well.
Yes. So Princess was definitely the first one to implement that. They have their medallion that you can, you can put into a lanyard, you can put into a necklace, you can put into a bracelet. They sell all kinds of like cool little accessories that you can add that to. And a lot of the cruise lines are taking notice. They're definitely, the front runners on that part of the technology, but it's really, really beneficial. You don't have to run back to your stateroom because you forgot your card that is connected to everything. You have it right then and there. And, a lot of the apps help with that as well. But, sometimes you didn't pay for the internet package, or, you spent the whole morning recording, some show, and now you have to leave your room you have to leave your room, your phone in the room to charge. So this wearable technology, it's really, really beneficial.
Yeah. And, I saw recently online, I can't remember where how they have, I liked the watch band that you put the Princess medallion in. Well, now they have a little clip thing that you can put on your actual watch band, because I like wearing my Apple Watch as well. So, but you have one that you could actually put the clip on your Apple Watch band or whatever, and so you could still have your watch, but you'll be carrying it on your watch just as easily. That would be kind of neat. Also, I learned that anything that is big enough to be, or is the right size to be an AirTag holder, holds the Princess medallion perfectly.
Yes, that's what I was going to mention as well. When you were saying that about the watch, that's really great to know. Of course, a lot of people love their Apple Watches, but I was even thinking like a charm on a bracelet, or like something you already wear that's already your day-to-day that you don't necessarily want to add to. But yeah, you're right. There's so many accessories for AirTags now, and it's the exact same size.
Yeah, and all these wearables have proven to speed up service and reduce lines, and they definitely present privacy issues, though. So what do you think? Tell us in the comments below what you maybe like and not like about wearables, considering perhaps security issues. Like, for example, one thing with the Princess medallion, they know where you are every second of every day, which doesn't really bother me, but it is a privacy issue. So it'll be interesting to see your consensus if you put comments below. We'd love to see them. So Carla, another advanced technology is farm to table, sort of. Actually, one step better than farm to table.
Yes, ship to table, as they like to call it. But yes, a lot of these ships, they're using this new technology. They're using hydroponic gardens so that they can grow their own food. That way that you can have the absolute freshest ingredients on board. A lot of these cruise lines do a great job of, connecting with local businesses at their ports and, making sure that they can get you the absolute best quality food that they can while on route. But now that they can actually grow on the ship, you can't get any fresher than that, can you, really?
Right, exactly. And the final one is technologically advanced cruise terminals, which also might create a security issue. I'm not sure. What do you think?
I don't think it necessarily creates a security issue. The way I see it is, we already have TSA. We go through these, these security points we're so used to it in an airport, and that's all the cruise lines are really doing. They're pretty much upgrading to similar systems. So one of them is facial recognition, which again, if you're familiar, with going through TSA, or if you've flown at all in probably the last year, you'll see now that they have some sort of facial recognition technology. You can't opt out of it. So if that is an issue you have, you can always do the regular double checking of, passports and all of that, but it does really help with embarkation lines. So, if you're already using your face to unlock your iPhone, there isn't a big difference when allowing the cruise lines to use facial recognition so that you can get on the boat a few minutes faster.
Yeah, that's true. Because I wasn't really talking, I used the wrong word. It's not security so much as privacy, is what I was really thinking. But you're right. Our privacy is everywhere. There is no privacy anymore. So the best we can do is go
At
for
this point, there
convenience.
really isn't.
Yeah. All right. Anything else you'd like to add? Something that maybe we don't know that's coming, or that you've heard like through the grapevine might be coming to cruising in the near future?
Not too soon. It's actually that last point that we just did. I just did a 24-hour cruise ship inspection on the MSC Seascape that just came into Galveston about 2 weeks ago, and their new port at Galveston, it's completely revamped, brand new. They are starting to implement some of that facial recognition. It wasn't available yet when I was there, so if you're worried about that, they're not quite there yet. But a lot of advances are going to be coming. You'll be seeing them across the board very soon.
So till next week, we're Carla and Julie, encouraging you to seize the day. Oh, and by the way, have a good Thanksgiving.
Thank you for joining us today on the Seize the Day Cruise Show, powered by Travel with Brigitte. If you enjoyed today's episode, you know the drill. Like, subscribe, and share. And don't forget to add your own 2 cents below. By the way, you can book a cruise 24/7 at bookings@travelwithbrigitte.com. Let us show you how we can get you a better value than you'd get on your own. And join us again next week on the Seize the Day Cruise Show.